Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by Syntell Koay.
Yo, it's your boy.
We are here doing The Family Man Season 2. We are on Episode 1. And man, this is long awaited for both of us, as well as a lot of India. We've been very, very excited. You know, there was that pushback earlier this year, and we were all like concerned, are we gonna get to watch the show? What's going on? And here we got it finally. And for us, it actually dropped a little bit early. We were expecting it to come tomorrow. But, you know, that 12 and a half hour time difference will really mess with you and your calculations, or at least the Chars in this instance. So, I don't see a title for the first episode, so we're just gonna jump right into this. Y'all, thanks so much for joining us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're allowed a maximum of 5 minutes, picture in picture. The reaction itself might go on a little longer, but we can only show you 5 minutes of the show. If you wanna watch the entire thing uninterrupted, uncut, you'll have to head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Jaby Koay, where you can watch it along with us. However, there will be no picture-in-picture because we're not allowed to show you more than 5 minutes. You'll have to have a subscription to Amazon Prime. You'll open up that in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with your two favorite pals from the internet.
Boom, boom.
So, without further ado, here we go. A few years ago.
Subu.
It hasn't cut yet, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. There's a oneer.
Between the non-stop gunfire too?
Yo, they didn't cut at all during that entire shot.
It kept the intensity up, man. Wow.
Sir.
Is that her?
I'm not sure. I believe so.
Oh, what?
She's definitely all in with the.
Oh no, that's a different girl, I think.
I'm not exactly sure. I would imagine not if she finishes what she's about to start. Wow.
That's definitely not her.
That is not her.
That's
an interesting shot.
Yeah.
That intensity, yes. I love that. That's what I miss, is that. Those looks, those subtle gestures. Let's go.
Dude, that's a killer opening, man.
Yeah. There's only one thing I wish they would have showed, man, and I know it's dealing with budget. I wish they would have showed
the
that
destruction
camp getting destroyed, but I understand why they didn't, though.
Yeah,
I get that. My boy is back. Let's go. Oh, and he's bored, man. Look how bored he is.
Yeah. He's not suited for this life.
No, man. I know he wants to be like, do you know who I am? You know what I've done?
Good morning. What's the time, Shrikant?
9:20.
So you're late, right?
यहाँ की पॉलिसी तो 9 से 9:30 के बीच की है ना?
तो 9 बजे भी आ सकते हैं ना? It's not enough to do the bare minimum.
His face.
He's like, I'll snap your neck, but I'm not going to.
It's so subtle too.
Oh man, yo,
enough.
It's the shoulder tap though.
Yeah.
That right there.
Oh, what a shift.
Man, he even got the light salmon colored shirt on.
Keep saying India is Sri Lanka's elder sister. I hear that you are planning to give the North Sri Lanka port construction deal to the Chinese. We cannot let the Chinese control our Indian Ocean.
That's right.
But the Chinese are making a great offer.
Don't take it.
We're small and developing nations and we need all the help.
Mr. Rupatunga, you have forgotten our help.
Don't take it. Don't trust the Chinese.
A wanted man in our country is in India at this moment.
Bhaskaran's brother, Subbu Subramanya Painivel, is in Chennai right now. If you could give Subbu to us.
But Subbu is not a wanted man in India.
Basuji, we know we are a very small nation, but please, allow us our pride.
Pride?
I will see what I can do.
That's all I ask, Basuji.
तुम्हारा मूड क्यों ऑफ रहता है आजकल यार?
Actually, मैं कुछ दिनों से एक काउंसलर से मिल रही हूँ.
Is that a bad thing?
It's not looked highly upon in India.
Okay.
Yeah, therapy and all that is
मेरे साथ काउंसलर से मिल सकते हो.
It's evolving to get to a place where that's acceptable, but like it's a progression. And he's probably also just worried about his wife. Be going to a counselor, like, what the hell is he doing wrong now?
Right.
I mean, I think the first thing that we all do as dudes is blame ourselves and go, well, what am I doing wrong? Why does she feel like she's got to go there?
Yeah. Well, it seems like he's making every effort, right? He's got the square job. He's getting the home right. He's looking the part. You see the way he's dressed. As compared to his friend, who looked a little disheveled and flustered and...
Yeah.
Yo, I've had that moment right there where you just got to sit down and just smoke a square. I feel that.
This is from season 1.
Yep. Oh, this was such a good episode, too.
The Delhi police categorically maintains that this...
Mr. Ahuja, the CEO of Orion Chemicals. You know, we cannot call this a terrorist attack. It was a gas leak.
But sir, इससे हमारे image को बहुत नुकसान पहुंचेगा.
Mr. Ahuja, this is not a request.
You gotta fall on that sword, man.
You may leave.
Dang. They brought him in, told him this is how it's gonna go down, and said, thanks for stopping by.
Anything else?
That's interesting. So he didn't leave because he failed. He leave because he didn't like the system.
Or at least we think. That's what it's leading us to believe so far. Yeah, that's what it was.
He couldn't take it morally. It was just wrong.
I mean, he was already rocked from last season, man.
Yeah. But that's just an interesting way to take it because it looked like it ended on a failure. The last season.
Right.
It looked like he did, you know, it just went horrible.
दुनिया हंस रही थी जब चाइना ने दक्षिण श्रीलंका में पोर्ट बनाया था और अगर श्रीलंका पर इनकी पकड़ आ गई ना तो फिर इंडियन ओशन गया.
Such a random detail.
कैसा है मिलन? थेरेपी कैसी चल रही थी?
You think she died? The other young lady?
यार तेरी गलती नहीं थी वो. सोया को जाके बोलना यार.
Yeah, I don't think she made it.
It's all on me. It's my failure, sir. I've let you down, sir.
सुजय के बारे में तुझे बताया था? I was in Nagaland और वहाँ पे हमें एक आर्म्स स्मगलर के बारे में पता चला था. And Sujay was shot dead on the spot. I was miserable and I realized, boss, this is the job and this is the risk.
आपने टास्क क्यों छोड़ा? शिवरी तू बदला नहीं है. You still have the touch.
क्या मतलब?
सर सुजय?
क्या सुजय?
सुजय वाला स्टोरी झूठ नहीं था क्या? मायना. Sorry यार मेरे को मालूम नहीं था.
There's always that one friend, right?
He's stupid. God damn. He's so dumb. Ask a question. Was that made up? Because that was really... You know?
Yo, but he's still a good friend because remember when he was about to make the mistake and confront his wife's lover last season and he was like, yo, you need to chill out?
Right.
So he's still a good friend. He's just clueless. Nice camera work.
Yeah.
We make a call first.
This ain't that, brother.
பாம்பேலேருந்து ஆள் வர நேரமாச்சு. நீங்கள் ஏஜென்ட்ஸை சூப்பர் பேக் என்ட்ரன்ஸ் கூட்டு வர சொல்லுங்கள்.
Let's go.
That man is a trained soldier, brother.
Oh, damn. Executing everybody. Golly.
Yo, he's trained for this. Ooh, yes, sir.
Nice shot.
Yes. Yeah, he folded your mans up. Yeah, that's what that happened.
പത്തിയാണ് കവലയല്ല. നീ ഒരു വാർത്ത കഥ ചെയ്യണ്ട. ഫോൺ ഐ എസ് ഉണ്ട്.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Oh, they're bringing in the big guys. Oh, he's not gonna make it, is he? He's not gonna make it.
That's what's gonna bring him back in.
Yep.
अरे क्या इमरजेंसी आ गया यार तेरे को?
सुन ना, लंच के लिए मिलते हैं.
Yep, it's the last goodbye. Oh, I liked him.
क्या? यार मैं तेरे को बाद में बात करता हूँ.
बता ना क्या हो रहा है उधर.
यार हम एक सस्पेक्ट को सेफ हाउस लेकर जाने वाले थे. ओसीडी वाले ने हमारे ऑफिसर्स को भी मार दिया.
Damn. और सब्जेक्ट कौन है?
यार मैं तेरे को डिटेल्स नहीं डाइवर्ज कर सकता यार.
भोसड़ी के.
श्रीलंकन तमिल रेबल्स याद है?
Brad. No. I'll be sending those TPS.
And you know he's breaking it all down, right? Because he can't not think about the gig.
Right. He's analyzing.
Right?
अबे साले तेरे को ना फोमो हो गया है. फोमो? Fear of missing out, अंकल.
तो ठीक है, समझ गया? फोमो, लोलो, रोफ्लो.
He can't help himself.
चलम.
ये चेल्लम कौन है?
तुझे चेल्लम नहीं पता?
अरे बच्चन जी, मेरा केबीसी गेम तो.
चेल्लम वो लेजेंडरी एजेंट है. Used to run missions in Sri Lanka during the civil war, and I think his close friend is Bhaskaran. चलो साहब, वणकम.
You're back. मैं सोच ही रहा था कल कब आएगा.
You must be aware that there is a hostage situation in Chennai, sir.
हाँ मैं सब जानता हूँ. How can I help?
सर आपको सुबह के भाई भास्कर से बात करनी होगी सर.
நான் சொல்றத கொஞ்சம் பொறுமையா கவனமா கேளு.
हेलो.
सुनो, फोन सुबह को दो. उसको बोलो उसका बॉय भास्कर उसके साथ बात करना चाहता है.
हेलो. अन्ना.
सुबह कमड़ मकेले सरेंडर.
उनके विजर है.
अन्नन சொல்றது சரி.
चल फोन दे.
Wow.
He's pissed about his phone.
I'm just glad he lived. I didn't think he was gonna make it.
Why do you have to break my phone?
Oh, yo, he solved it with a phone call. That's how good he is.
पर सुबह की गिरफ्तारी पे उन्होंने कोई टिप्पणी नहीं की है. सूत्रों.
Yo.
That's what happens when they're that age. Yo.
बड़ी खुशी होगा.
Because your daddy still got it.
मुझे गन कब मिलेगी?
तुझे गन क्यों चाहिए? यहाँ का सबसे पावरफुल वेपन पता है क्या होता है?
The pen.
क्या होता है?
Oh, the brain. Okay. It's close.
यार ये धरती कहाँ है?
दुनिया का सबसे पावरफुल वेपन यूज करोगे तो आपको धरती पता चल जाएगी.
A little punk.
Oh, I'm so glad he's back.
How does he still have his mouth on? How has he not slapped it?
Out with a boy.
Bye, Kalyan.
Bye, Dhriti.
He seems respectful.
Don't tell me he's a spy. Oh shit. That's not good. This is some Jack Bauer level
from
shit,
his
dude.
Past. Oh, that's good. That's good. It can't all be just, rainbows and sunshine as he saves the day with a phone call. Yo.
Dude, that was a really, really good pilot episode for the season.
Yeah, it kept the intensity was still as good as it was from last season. That was one of the things I loved.
Yeah. I mean, this concluded on some Jack Bauer level shit. Like, because in season 1 of 24, Jack Bauer's daughter was seeing this dude who was being paid to like basically kidnap her or something like that. I don't remember the exact details, but I wonder if that was an inkling of inspiration that Kim Bauer being kidnapped and whatnot was sort of like really inspiring this situation right here. Because as soon as that boy got a phone call, I'm like, I knew something was up.
Here we go.
2 seconds. I wonder what the original script looked like with the brother on his phone. Like, because that was quick, like, surrender.
Yeah.
What? No, it was like, there was very little back and forth before he relented and he gave himself up. That's how powerful his brother is.
Yes.
I'm like, I got so many questions. Like, what's going on there?
It makes you wonder, what did the old ex-agent say to the brother?
Yeah.
To say, like, this is the path that needs to be gone. Because, that needs to be done. Because apparently, and I'm glad they didn't disclose it, because it makes it seem that much bigger. Like, he's like, yo, you remember that time back in 78 when I did this thing for you?
Right.
Now is the time for you to pay me. I mean, I'm just thinking of whatever random thing is, but the respect on both sides.
Right.
The respect our main guy had for him. He's like, yo, I know you're retired, but I need this thing to be done. The respect that he had for the brother.
Yeah, it was mutual.
And the respect that the brother had for his younger brother. Like, listen, this is what needs to be done. I love that. I love that you tip your hat to the person that, needs their hat tipped.
And it starts out with the political strife going on with Sri Lanka and whatnot. And we read up a little bit on the Sri Lankan Civil War before diving into this episode, just to get a cursory glance at what was going on there, to understand the backstory here. But the main interest, obviously, is Manoj Bajpayee's character and what's going on with him and how he's going to get pulled right back into this world like Al Pacino in Godfather 3.
Say it.
Every
time I try to get out, they keep pulling me back in.
Exactly.
But there's some residual things from the last season that's still there that keeps you on pins and needles. Like last season, anybody could die at any time, right? Last season, that's just one of the things that's like the brilliance of the writing,
right?
Because the stakes are always high.
Yeah.
And there was a moment within this particular season, and I'm like, damn, I think they're gonna start offing people already in the beginning. It's because they've trained me to believe that anybody can get it. All those scenes were intense because you remember the past. You remember that. So I love that. You're just sitting there like at the edge of your seat like, what's going to happen?
I really like how they concluded it as well with, in terms of wrapping up season 1, because at the end of season 1, if you don't, I don't know if you remember, but it ended like, in a way, on a cliffhanger,
right?
And it seemed like everything had failed. I think it was like in the warehouse with the girl, like I think she was on her last bullet.
Yeah.
Like there was no options left, and it just stopped. And you're like, what? So they lost? Is that what happened? Like, and it seemed, I guess everything just went to shit is what it looked like. How are you gonna have a season 2 out of that? And then the way they showed it here, I'm like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. That wasn't that complicated, actually. They just managed to work it out somehow. It wasn't that took them out of the game. That's what was surprising, because I thought they lost. That was my initial thought, was that's why he went into this like regular lifestyle and became a normie like the rest of us, working this desk job that he hates. It was the moral compass not in his favor with how the law was working. Right. He's like, yo, you just screwed over this dude in order to save face. That's wrong. Like that's terrible. And he couldn't deal with it, and so he left. But the thing about it is, it's his calling. So irrespective of what the people on top are doing, like this is his calling, is saving the world.
Yeah.
He's Captain fucking America. He's like, Captain India. Like, he's like, this is what I gotta do. And it was really funny how that all worked out, where he's on the phone, he's calling up his friend, because he's just bored as fuck. He's calling up his friends, like, let's get lunch. What are you doing? Let's get lunch. He's like, I'm in the middle of a hostage situation. What? Tell me more about it. Like a girl trying to get some gossip, And he's just trying to dodge his boss, and he goes into the hallway to like really go full in, and he's getting angry at his friend. He's like, you don't know what FOMO? If you're missing out, you don't know what FOMO is, Uncle. He's like, fuck you and your FOMO. Hangs up.
Calls right back.
Come on, stop messing with me.
Man, so what's really going on now?
Exactly. You got business. What was great is at the end there, when he's got the pillow like a little girl as he's watching the thing, and he's so happy. And what they managed to do was constantly weave in that little nice dose of comedy in these random moments, like in the what's her name, Basu, the political lady in her office, dude was trying to get that last ounce of tea out of the thing. I was like, what the hell? It's like a really serious conversation. It felt like the Coen brothers. I'm just like, what are you doing? Why is he doing that? Like, this is, I don't even know if I would have the, what do you call it, the wherewithal to even think about the tea. But then again, it's like when you're in a situation like that, you're looking for a distraction because it's so intense. You're just looking for anything to not like be focused on the reality of the situation, trying to check out, you know. And then at the phone call, he's like, "Does it call international?" No, I'm sorry.
Like, this is just a local hookup. Just please, can I just go? I'm already doing something I probably shouldn't be doing in the first place. And now it's like really blowing up in my face.
Yeah,
this is
but
just a lot.
The way it had you on the edge of your seat with whether or not the character was going to make it out, like, it was set up to kill him. That was the thing. And I'm glad, just like you, I'm glad that they didn't. But it is a little bit of foreshadowing. You don't know what's coming.
Right.
You know?
You know, there's another thing that validates why he quit too, and that kind of goes back into the first season. And there is a moment when the guy that was the protester that had the truck van full of meat, and they thought that he was going to be like this big time terrorist, and they ended up killing him, and he ended up just being like some low level protester. Remember that? And then that was like a moment. That was like a wake up call for the whole team, because they had to like pin a lot of unnecessary guilt on that guy, and it just kind of like messed up. It shook the team to the core a little bit, right? So he had already dealt with that and gotten over that, you know, and then you have this moment where he has to watch the government do this cover up on top of all that. I mean, that's just a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But to go to a full-blown square job, you think he did that for his family as well? Like, it's just one of those situations where it's like, I'm going to go all in on being the family.
I'm sure there was a component of it. I'm sure there was definitely an element, but it seemed like the main driving factor that put him at that desk was he just couldn't take how immoral and how corrupt the situation was. Right. It's like government corruption's a real thing globally, you know, and the thing is sometimes you reach that point and you realize what's actually going on. A former friend of mine who had this passion for, like a diehard passion for being a news reporter, and she ended up working in Utah or someplace, and she became a high-level news reporter, and she realized that sometimes it's not even about news. They just need to get something on the TV. They don't give a shit if it's factually, if it's representing the facts 100%.
Right.
They need to put something on television.
Right.
And when she realized that, she was like, whoa, this is not the place for me. It's challenging me morally way too hard. I gotta bounce.
Right.
You know, I get that. Like, that's a very human thing. Like, where you have this passion, this thing that puts you there, which is, it's founded in goodness and righteousness and justice. And then you realize all that goes right out the fucking window when it's gonna create an economic disaster, and because it's gonna cause the Indian government to lose face.
Right.
It's like, damn, that's real shit. And it makes you wonder about all the ongoings in politics and government and whatnot, just to save face, to keep the economy stable. Because that's a real thing. I mean, especially in Asian culture, saving face is huge. Huge. I mean, Achar and I have gone into like so much dialogue about that, so I won't retread that here.
Well, what about like, okay, so Manoj Bajpayee, he gives an excellent explanation to his ex-teammate regarding that this is the job.
Yeah.
Somebody died on his shift. He blames himself, but then he said he had that moment where he woke up and he's like, this is the job.
Yeah.
So to me, it feels like when he realized his government was going to cover up that the disaster that happened, it's like his innocence died. The innocence of what it is, the true blue-bloodedness of me being in this position died. But he hasn't really come to the same realization, the same advice that he gave his own ex-coworker regarding the death of their teammate. So it's like you're talking all this good game, but you don't really believe it yourself, because
it's hypocritical,
You're wearing the salmon colored shirt, your sleeves rolled up in an IT firm.
You bounced. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I didn't put that together. That's a good observation. I didn't think about that. So, you guys, this was a fun first episode. Looking forward to episode 2. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications. And thanks for hanging out. I'm Jaby Koay. It's your boy, Syntell. Peace out.